Hey there. Hi.
Welcome.
Hey, this is Christina and Brian from Your HealthySteps, the creators of the Ultimate Foam Roller Blueprint,
Absolutely.
where we teach foam rolling and self-care skills so you can be active and pain-free. So if you are dealing with headaches, if you can't look over your blind spot when you're driving, or if you have unexplained dizziness, then this muscle really could be tight on you. So this is for educational purposes only. We're giving you 15 years of experience as neuromuscular massage therapists. And so we want to say congratulations, because this is really your first step in self-care.
Absolutely.
And we feel it's, self-care is a basic understanding of your muscle locations and their actions, and then common referral patterns.
Yep. And then knowing what to do about it.
Yes, yes. Okay, so this muscle is a muscle that has created problems for both of us and for many, many of our clients. It can create eye pain, headaches. Brian's had allergy symptoms because of this muscle. It causes postural problems, and it really acts up when you're maybe spending a lot of time on the computer or when you're driving. Yes, and we've just spent a lot of time in the car on vacation, driving many, many miles. So this is a muscle that we spent time working while we were driving, so we wouldn't have these problems.
All right. Usually for me it's headaches when I'm driving long distances.
Yeah, so we want to tell you what we do on our own SCM muscle to help relax it. But first, Brian's going to give you the scoop.
Okay. Yep, because we need to know where the muscle is before we can actually work on it, right?
Yes.
So this muscle is called the SCM, and it's actually an abbreviation for the name, which I thought was wonderful. Whoever named the muscle, I thought they did a brilliant job of doing that, because it actually tells you where the muscle is located at. So the SCM is the sternum clavicular, or the clavicle mastoid, which is the muscle, a bone in the back of your head, and this is exactly where this muscle connects at. So it's on both sides of the neck. We have it on both sides. It comes off the sternum and the clavicle, so it has two parts, and they all come together. One sits on top of the other and attaches right. Let's see if we can turn Mr. Manny, Mr. Manny
the mannequin,
right up on right behind his ear is a bone, and that's exactly where this muscle is attaching. So it comes down here, they overlap and come and attach right on the base of the skull behind the ear.
Yeah.
And so that's the location of this muscle.
Let's find it on you.
Absolutely.
So the best way to do it is, this is it's called your clavicular notch, so that little notch or that little hole down here, and then just pop your finger up over your collarbone. And right where that bump starts, that is the attachment point for your SCM that Brian was showing right here. The first one. So if you can just feel it, it's like this little bump, this little speed bump. Okay, so that, if it's tender, that's your SCM muscle. But that's only one attachment. So slide up your collarbone a little bit, and you'll find another bump. And so that is the attachment point of the SCM, since there's two attachment points down here. Okay, now we're not going to bother touching that muscle, but if you just follow up right behind your ear, there's that bone.
There we go.
Yeah, right, and you can feel there's almost this big, heavy rope back there. That's your SCM.
That's your SCM.
Yeah, and if you touch that, if it's tender, again, that's a sign your SCM is tender. So you really want to make sure you watch this video.
Absolutely.
Okay, so what does this muscle do?
So this muscle, and Manny's not too good at the movement here, so we'll have, maybe Christina can do the movement, but so on one side, so we have it on both sides, so if one side is tight, it actually can take the head and tilt it downward and rotate it away from the other, so toward the other side, so it can rotate your head to the other side. So I'm looking at this side of the muscle, but it's forcing my head to the other side. And then if both muscles are working together, it wants to pull your head in the back down. So basically taking your chin up like that. So that's the two movements, or the three movements that this muscle does. And because it's attaching to the clavicle and the sternum, it can assist and affect our inhaling. So when we inhale, it can affect that movement of the lungs.
Right. So what happens though if that muscle is too tight?
Right, and why it's so important for us.
It can affect our our just general posture,
Yep.
right? Like Brian was showing you, if that muscle is really tight, it's going to make your head maybe move in that general direction,
or at least
just a little bit,
in that
pulling,
direction. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And that can be pulling down, downward like this, or rotating, or both of them like this. So you always have this force that's being pulled down or pulling you in a direction. And that's what makes the muscles angry. They're tight and they're trying to do their job, and they get angry.
There's this constant tug of war going on with this
I
muscle.
love that. I love that terminology. It's a tug of war. Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's a tug of war.
It's just constant.
And we lose.
And then it just creates this pain, this chronic pain.
Yeah.
And then so maybe you don't feel like your head is tilted in these weird directions, right? But how do you know if it's tight on you? Well, besides touching those areas that we looked at, there's some other red flags that might give you some clues. Like if you are driving and you have trouble looking over your blind spot,
that was me.
That's a sign, right? Because this SE, it just won't allow your head to turn.
In fact, years ago, I would literally I would lift up and shift my body to look over my blind spot. I couldn't turn my head to look. I would shift my body to look. And I know a lot of our clients do the same exact thing. They do the same
thing, yes. The other thing is that, let's see, you might actually feel some pain when you're looking over your shoulder. So maybe you're just...
You don't want to do it.
Yeah, it just hurts, right? You can do it, it just hurts. Yeah. It also, I had a client who had unexplained dizziness. No one could figure it out. And it was her SEM muscle was just crazy tight. Yeah. It also could create headaches, imbalance when you're walking. And then also this thing where instead of walking straight, you're just always drifting.
Yeah,
and you're always veering.
Yeah. And you wouldn't want to take a sobriety test.
Right.
Even if you were gold sober.
It's not because you drank too much that you're drifting.
Yeah. It's your SEM. So you might be able to get out of it.
Try and tell that to the police officer. But anyway, and the last one is that it could create your throat to be sore when you're swallowing.
Yeah.
Okay, so
and more because we're gonna.
So we got a ton more other things that this muscle can create, other pains and other unusual feelings.
It's an amazing muscle.
Yes.
So
tomorrow we're going to be talking about other pain referral patterns and what you can do to help relax this muscle.
Absolutely.
So you don't have all of those problems. Okay. So
Fantastic.
Thanks so much. This is Brian and Christina from HealthySteps. Now, if you found this helpful, then you would totally love the free classes that we offer where we give you some more self-care training so you can take care of your muscles so they don't become tight, or you can reduce that tightness.
Yeah, so you can get out and do the things that you love to do pain-free and with some good movement.
You got it.
Absolutely.
Okay, so bye-bye.
All right, have a great day.